I can't really see what I look like on camera. Hi, you guys. I had so much fun making the last video that I decided I'm going to make another one. I got some good comments on the last video, generated that conversation that I was looking for, and I'm planning on doing the same thing. So here we go. Hi, my name is Finny, and I've decided that I'm going to take some time each week and sit down and make a video and talk about a few things that have been occupying my mind during the week. Even though I talked about this a little bit in my video last week, I've decided that I'm going to add it back into this video, and that is to touch back up on this whole Beauty and the Beast complex thing. It really deserves its own video, but for time's sake, we're just gonna, do just a little bit. So, what are we talking about today? 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I mentioned this in my last video, which is why we're talking about it in this video. Remember, I wrote it down on my hand. So let's talk about the fastest selling paperback of all time, 50 Shades of Grey. If you haven't read this book or watched the movie, let me just give you like a quick little recap about what it's about. Basically, a ambiguous, plainly shaped female character who represents the shell of womanness that most women feel. Well, let's be a little bit honest here. There's nothing particularly special or magical or wonderful about the average everyday chick. Oh, I know, we're all special in our own ways and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how the average typical woman doesn't possess any kind of wild magical powers. So as an author, it's genius to make the main character basically a blank slate, so that anybody who is reading or imagining or watching the film or reading the book can easily insert themselves into the role. So it's a great idea to keep the main character pretty bland. Not to be like offensive to all of us plain Janes out there, but I'm just telling you how it is. Okay, so I read the first book and it was okay. I can remember reading it and thinking, I see the attraction that, took all of the soccer moms by storm. And anyways, so in the movie, Anastasia Steele is played by Dakota Johnson, and Christian Grey is played by Jamie Dornan. There's nothing particularly special about Dakota Johnson, and I'm not trying to say that in an ugly way. I just mean that she fits the role of the character very well. Basically, a blank slate, just your standard, everyday, typical chick who happens to have some funky bangs that are distracting. So the plot goes something like this. So little Miss Plain Jane bumps into a ridiculously good-looking, single, super rich guy with a couple kinks. And he lures her into his world and tells her that he's dark and troubled and mysterious and wild, and he's beastly. Back to the Beauty and the Beast thing, And he's a little bit more beastly because he's kind of got like a little bit of the bondage thing going on. So basically, he tells the Plain Jane girl that he's going to be her master, and he's got all these issues that makes him unable to fall in love or some kind of garbage like that. Basically, he wants to have sex with this woman in a particularly kinky type of way. So there's tying up and hitting and whips and stuff like that. If you're trying to get I'm not judging nobody, if you need a little spanky spank or a little tie up while you're doing it, more power to you. We don't always have to keep it so vanilla. Maybe a little bit of spanking, a little bit of tying, maybe a little bit of choking.
Stupid hobbitses, it tries to choke us. Gollum, Gollum.
Gollum shout out.
Stupid fat hobbitses. No, my precious, it tries to choke us all.
Anyway, the basic premise of the story is the chick meets the beast and she tries to conquer and tame the beast and fix his problems and make sure that he's all healed and stuff from all of the trauma that he went through. And there's a whole bunch of sex and some BDSM type stuff. And of course, they don't have any real problems because Christian is like, a billionaire entrepreneur or whatever, and she's, works at a hardware store. So it's very easy to insert the reader or the watcher into the story as the female. A common fantasy for women being saved and rescued by a dark and troubled man who's ultimately going to treat her very sweet, but is like, a badass to the rest of the world or a beast in some way. He just has something about him that makes him wild and dangerous, which is appealing to the chicks because, once again, tapping back into probably some kind of prehistoric biological need or whatever, that the ladies need the dudes to be fierce to the world but sweet to the chicks and the babies. Did you guys watch these movies? Tell me what you think about them. I remember that I went to go see that movie, and unfortunately, the same day that I saw the movie, I actually had food poisoning and ended up getting really sick and puking my guts out. Maybe that's why I don't like it, because it's associated with a food poisoning event. No, I don't really have anything against anybody in the movie or in the books, but it was just written so badly that I would have rather have just like watched a porn instead. But this was like nice porn. It was done in a nice production, $40 million budget kind of a way, which I believe was the budget for the first movie. $40 million. Wow. The movie was so-so. The book was also so-so. So this kind of ties into that whole Beauty and the Beast complex. Dakota plays the Beauty and Jamie plays the Beast in this case. And it was okay. But it's been a while since I've seen it, and I'm willing to give both the books and the movies another try. So my homework after doing this video is to go and watch the movies and read the other two books. I don't know. I kind of feel the same way about her as I did with the Twilight chick, Kristen Stewart, where they weren't good enough actresses to be cast in such a major role. Sorry, guys. And it's not just me. I've heard a lot of people talking about like the inability of that chick to act. And she makes like weird faces, and there's tons of videos and spoofs about it. And not my favorite actress. And she's got a weird little alien mouth, which is funny because that's the second thing that we're going to be talking about today is aliens. I also mentioned in the end of my last video that I wanted to talk about aliens. Aliens have been on my mind a lot recently. A few months ago, there was a whole bunch of UFO talk and open alien acknowledgement released from Congress. Like what? Yes, go and Google it. That's actually what they were talking about in Congress was aliens. They've been releasing documentaries about UFOs and alien abductions, and I heard about it on the radio the other day. Yes, I believe in aliens. Aliens are totally real. There's just too many videos of people catching weird, crazy things on their phones. There's too many phones around the planet not to be able to catch some kind of flying thing. They're not called UFOs anymore. I believe they're called UAPs now. Unidentified aerial phenomena or something. I've always had a thing for aliens. I liked alien movies growing up and alien TV shows. My favorite TV show with aliens in it, even though you probably wouldn't think aliens right away, was Stargate SG-1. Maybe that's why I have such an affinity for alien shows, because Stargate SG-1 was like my favorite show. I've watched that whole show like 4 times. I started watching it as a little girl, and me and all my siblings, whenever there was nothing else on TV, we would just like rejoice whenever Stargate was on because it's something that we actually liked, and we only got like, 12 channels. So I really like Stargate. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. It's probably on Netflix. I never liked E.T. though. He was another popular alien. Something about that little dude scared me as a kid, and I've never seen the whole movie. I just can't watch it. Can't do it. Star Trek is kind of like an alien thing, but I couldn't really watch all of the Star Treks. They were kind of boring. Sorry. Anyways, not to get too distracted, I think that the government has been covering up alien stuff for many, many years now. I'm sure that there has been people who have been getting sucked into space, doing all the probe stuff, and everything that you hear on the movies and the documentaries is probably super true. Did you ever watch X-Files? That's a fantastic alien show. Highly recommend watching X-Files if you haven't seen it. So like, how involved are aliens if they are real? Are they so advanced that they know to leave us alone because they don't want to damage our little precious Earth ecosystem? Or are they the same, technologically speaking, but maybe not physically as cool? Like they can't breathe air, which is why they haven't been hanging around down here. Or maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe there's lots of different kinds of aliens, but they just don't want to come here because people suck. Or maybe they're not technologically advanced enough to come here, and we're going to find them first. I could go on and on and on about aliens for a long time. You could invent 57 million different alien theories. I don't really know if they're the little gray guys who walk around with big black eyes, or if they're like energy aliens and they're kind of like wispy spirits who come and go and disappear in and out of the atmosphere. Like, I have no idea. But I want to say that aliens are kind of like the Asgard on Stargate. Probably some kind of cool reptilian being that's super, super advanced and knows better to come and play with the little humans until either 1, we are advanced enough to mess with it, or 2, they're just waiting to run out of resources so that they can come here and suck up all of ours. I don't know. But I feel like if an alien is zipping around space and is that advanced, they probably aren't using the same type of material and resources that we have here on Earth. So, like, they probably look at Earth like a petting zoo. They probably come here and like hover above the surface and like watch us the same way that we watch animals in the zoo. And they're like, oh, look at the little families. Ooh. And then every now and then a bad alien sucks one of the animals out of the enclosure and does mean things to them. So what do you think? Are aliens real? Do you believe in aliens? What kind of aliens do you believe in? Get very specific. I need details. I need very specific details. What kind of alien? What do they look like? What's their name? Where are they from? Do they have a backstory? Moving on to topic number 3. Now, I don't want y'all to make fun of me for talking about topic number 3. It's going to seem kind of silly, but our third topic of the day is lemonade. Yes, lemonade as in the drink. But is lemonade a drink? Like, let's think about this. What is a drink? Because whenever I drink lemonade, it makes me more thirsty. I think I need more drink, like water. I learned about this the other day and I didn't know it, but I heard some kind of a story that the reason why pink lemonade was a thing is that it had something to do with a lady's trousers. Just to be clear, I thought that I would use old Wikipedia because that's the most reliable thing and look up how pink lemonade came to be. According to this Wikipedia page, there's like 5 different types of lemonade. Cloudy lemonade, pink lemonade, clear lemonade, brown lemonade. Oh boy, and then it just says other varieties. So there's like a shit ton of lemonades. The pink lemonade thing, this is what this says about the pink lemonade. Okay, you ready for this? It says here that this guy named Conklin is responsible for the pink lemonade. According to the story, Conklin's lemonade was a mixture of water, sugar, and tartaric acid, with the tub garnished with a single lemon that he repeatedly used for the season. One day he ran out of water. Searching desperately, he found a tub of water. A bareback rider, we're talking about like a bareback, anyways, had recently used to rinse her pink tights. Adding in the sugar, acid, and the remaining bits of lemon, he offered the resulting mixture as strawberry lemonade and saw his sales double. That means that people have been nasty for a long time. People were lining up to drink that lady's tights water. It's like that chick that was selling her bath water. What's her name? Oh, somebody tell me what her name is down in the comments because I don't remember. Gross. That means that a bunch of perverts were lining up to drink leg skin cell pink water. Anyways, so I want to know what your opinion is on lemonade. Do you think lemonade is a drink or not a drink? Because if you're just saying that something liquid is a drink, you could say that gasoline is a drink. Just because lemonade is a liquid doesn't necessarily mean it's a drink. Whenever you drink it, it makes you more thirsty. So you're not quenching your thirst. And I don't even think it's going to give you any kind of like nutritional value because all the sugar is just going to sap all the good stuff out of your body anyways, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I really like lemonade, but I don't think it should be classified as like a refreshment because it's not very refreshing. It's thirst invoking. It makes you more thirsty. Yes, I have to have water after I'm done drinking lemonade. So is lemonade a refreshment? Now that we've got all of our topics covered, let's do a quick recap. Are we thinking 50 Shades of Grey or nay? Can you get behind it or can you not get behind it? What did you think? Was that a good movie or a bad movie? I think the movie was kind of like a B movie, but it could have had an A story if they really had time to like develop a better plot. They made it so simple and so basic with, plain Jane chick meets billionaire. Okay, like what kind of problems? Like, no. Really, you just got a little BDSM problem? Like, come on. Aliens, real or not real? Government cover up? No government cover up. What kind of aliens? Remember, be specific. I want to know about your alien theories. Tell me more about the alien theories. So, do you like lemonade and what kind? I seen this one guy like whip up limes and sweetened condensed milk or something like that. I need to try it. I need to go get the recipe. I could probably make a whole video about all the different kinds, line up all my drinks and do a flavor comparison. Let me know what you think. Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts, feelings, opinions, and comments about all of the topics 50 Shades of Grey, aliens, and lemonade. I think they should have got a better actress than Dakota Johnson. Lemonade is indeed a drink, but you're right, it's not very refreshing if it makes you thirsty. Aliens are definitely real. More on that later. Can't say too much. They're listening. Thanks for stopping by today, guys. I'm really enjoying this, and I plan on making more videos in the future. If you have a topic that you would like for me to include in one of my videos, please let me know down below in the comments, and I will be sure to weave it in there. I can talk about anything, guys. Seriously, just I'll see you later. Bye.